You cannot hear me? What the hell? You can hear me now? Oh my gosh. Hi. Yay. I'm so sorry. That's so embarrassing. It's so awful. Okay. So I woke up to a happy Mother's Day with my daughter having to go to urgent care for pink eye. Pray to God I don't get that. And thank God for husbands. And my dog peed all over my freshly clean carpets that I paid $500 for. Happy Mother's Day to me. And I thought I would just be a Pisces this morning. And I thought I was going to wake up and just float in on a cloud like a magic carpet ride. And that did not happen. Anyways, we have got so much to talk about. I have to talk to you about this, you guys, because Jupiter is moving into Gemini, and Jupiter can bring you abundance. And when Jupiter was in, and it still is in Taurus for a couple more breaths of air. Thank you all for waiting for me. I'm sorry. It was a shit show this morning. I'm literally all dressed up to go to Mother's Day in an hour, and I was scrubbing carpets. Yeah, terrible. Anyways, thank you for your compassion and your love and your dedication and your devotion. But I really want to talk to you guys kind of quickly because I want to answer your questions too about Jupiter, because Jupiter is where we can reach for our greater goals. And I don't know what happened to you guys and where Jupiter in Taurus conjunct Uranus was, but it's changed my whole entire life because it was up in my 10th house. And so if you've got Jupiter moving into your 10th house, it's a pretty BFD. But wherever it is, it's going to be a really big deal for you. Wherever it is, it's going to be really huge. And you're going to feel it because anytime you move from Taurus energy, which is very steady and kind of slow, even though it was conjunct Uranus, and it moves into Gemini, it is electrifying. It's like moving from Scorpio into Sagittarius. And so it is a big, big, big deal. So I want to talk to you a little bit about Jupiter, and then I want to talk to you guys. Do you all know where Jupiter is where Gemini at 0 degrees is in your chart? Because the shift is happening there in just a couple of days, and I want you guys to be ready. So, inspired by Anna, you're not late at all. Everybody can fill her in. But Jupiter is where the energy becomes expansive and optimistic and where we can receive abundance. And in a spiritual sense, it's where we can even have revelations. And we can even have a deeper spiritual wisdom wherever Jupiter is hitting in our chart. So I want you to think about the house that Jupiter is going to transit and the meaning of that house. That is so important. And I'm telling you, it's no small thing. Jupiter is the seeker of justice. And so you're going to see, I think you're going to have a hard time keeping up on the news around justice. And I will also tell you, Jupiter is a planet of joy. It's the great benefic, and it's where we will expand and express and also receive generosity. And it is also a piece of our idealism. So there might be something idyllic or idealized with whatever theme of the house that Jupiter is traveling. It's also your higher mind. You'll actually feel your mind deepening. You'll feel your mind thinking at a higher octave. You'll start to find the philosopher in you. In this house that your Jupiter in Gemini is going to transit through, your higher mind is going to be at work. So you're not going to pontificate dumb questions. You won't tolerate the stupidity anymore in whatever house. So if it's in the 4th house, you're not going to want to tolerate, and you're going to want to philosophically understand the higher meaning of your family. Does that make sense? And I'm going to go through the houses with you guys, but I got to talk really fast because I got a lot to say to you and I want to answer your questions. But it is where you can receive generosity. And think about this last year, and it was in Taurus, and where was that? Answer this question. Where was that in your chart? And did you receive generous energy from others? Or did you give generous energy to others in that house? So wherever you have Jupiter in your chart natally and by transit, so it's going to be in two places, and you might be having a Jupiter return, so then it would only be in one place if you're born with Jupiter in Gemini. But this is where you want to expand and explore new adventures, new truths, new horizons. This is where you truly will grow and want to grow. I'm going to say that again. This is where you truly will grow. And this is where you want to grow. So think about the house it's leaving. And did you have a desire to expand the issues of that house, the characteristics of that house? And did you grow through the meaning and the definition of that house? I know I did. And did you want to? I know I did. Right? Nobody's late. Don't worry. But I want to tell you this. Mark your calendars, okay? So Jupiter was in Gemini the last time on June 11th, 2012. So what were you doing in 2012? It was there until almost the end of June 2013. So think about 2012 and 2013, or just write it down so you can go back and reflect, because this is an echo chamber of that time. And for me, my whole friend group expanded and it grew. And it grew, to be honest with you, way too big. And I was just scattered all over the planet. So, Gemini's in my house of friendships. So my network got too big. So I'm expecting something like that. I couldn't manage it all. And there was a feeling of overwhelm. So Jupiter can also overwhelm you. So this is a very similar time to that time, but this is going to happen on May 25th. So it's coming up and I want you to prepare for it. But what I really want you to do, are you ready? What I really want you to do is I want you to soak up all the juice, all the butter and wine and yummies until the 25th while we still have Jupiter in Taurus. Like, suck out the nectar of that peach. I'm not joking, because we still have Jupiter in Taurus and a lot of good, so you're building something and I want you to stay building on something, because we're going to celebrate Jupiter in Gemini, but not until the 25th. Okay. Are you guys doing that? So I'm reading your comments, but I also really want to get through this for you. So when Jupiter moves into Gemini, now it might not be on day one, it might be 10 days after it moves in, because it takes a minute to breathe. We're going to feel the buzz. It's going to be quite electrifying. And I want you to see if you have any planets in Gemini at 0 degrees. 0 degrees. And if you do, that planet is being triggered, okay? So if you have any 0-degree Gemini planets, that planet is going to have Jupiter sitting on it, and that planet is going to expand. And that planet is going to work with Jupiter and bring to you whatever that planet's characteristics are. So I also, for advanced listeners, this is for advanced listeners, okay? If you have 0 degrees anything in your chart, anything, your rising sign, your midheaven, go look at your angles. If you have 0 degree any sign, 0 degree any sign, 0 degree Pisces, 0 degree Virgo, 0 degree Leo, I don't care, 0 degree anything, it's talking to this Jupiter on the 25th. And it is also being triggered. Now, it's not necessarily being triggered by a conjunction, which means in the exact same place, but it is being triggered. Now, if you are still an advanced listener and you're really learning astrology, by the way, we don't do sun sign astrology here. We do big time astrology. We look at the entire chart. So if you're on my channel, I hope you appreciate that, because I don't just do, what is a Taurus like? What is a Leo like? And we go really deep into the tapestry. So we do astrology like through the whole tapestry. So, and I want you to learn it that way, because it's the truthful way to know it and study and interact with it. And it's so exciting. And I have some exciting announcements that I want to tell you. So stick with me. But I want to get through this Jupiter, and I want to go through the houses, and I want to talk to you, and I miss you guys. And I just love being here. And I've been really sick. I've been sick for the last 10 days. You can hear I still kind of have it a little bit, and I'm trying to get over it because of my workshop. And so I'm so grateful for Connie Jo having picked up the slack for me. And then I was also traveling to film my television pilot, which I'm going to talk to you guys about. I'm so excited about that. That's how I got sick. And I went to my niece's ranch. I've never been there before. It was magical. I don't know if you guys saw my pictures. Anyways, I've been out of commission for a while. So thank you to Connie Jo. She's a love. And thank you guys for supporting the channel, especially when she's on it. I love it. Shane has Chiron at 0 degrees Gemini in the 6th house. That's awesome. So what I wanted to tell you is, this is for my really advanced students, okay? You can take an orb of 10 degrees. Now, if you have any planets in Jupiter at any degree, at some point if you have any planets in Gemini, that Jupiter is going to transit those planets. So be prepared for that. I don't have any planets in Gemini, but I have planets in Sagittarius, which is the opposite, right? So I want you to think about this. The orb is 10 degrees. So if you have the last 10 degrees of Taurus, 20 degrees Taurus to 0 degrees Gemini, you're still feeling this Jupiter right there, and 10 degrees into Gemini. So 20 degrees Taurus all the way to 10 degrees Gemini. That is the orb of this 0 degree Jupiter. And if you don't get that, if you don't understand what the hell I'm saying, it's okay. But that's where these aspect finders come in handy, because you can work with your orbs with my aspect finder. And I have, I'm going to be selling these again in the shop really soon. So you can get one if you want. But these aspect finders show you the orbs, and or at least it helps you find them. So, hold on, get off. I'm so mad at my dog right now. So I take a 10 degree orb. If you don't know what that means, don't worry about it. Just work with the 0 degree Jupiter. And you're going to feel that Gemini and Jupiter as it gets closer and closer and closer and closer to any planet that it's interacting with. And you can look for any 0 degree is going to be triggered on May 25th by this Jupiter, any 0 degree planet. And you can look for your trines, your oppositions, your squares. If you don't know what that means, I have a whole playlist on aspects. So go to my channel and look up aspects. And I have 5 different videos on aspects and what they mean, because the aspect is the dance in which the planets are speaking to you. And it's really important. And they create the energy. You cannot know astrology without knowing aspects. So if you don't have any planets in Jupiter, you are still going to feel the effect of Jupiter moving into Gemini. So go and look and see where you have that 0 to 29 degree Gemini, and that is the space Jupiter will be traveling through in your chart, and everybody is different. And this is where you're going to want to grow and improve communication and expand your skill set, and possibly even learn and teach. And your interest in all of life can expand. You're also going to feel quite optimistic in this part of your chart, and you're going to probably start a lot of new projects. And when Jupiter was in Taurus for the whole past year, May 16th, 2023 through 2024, we were focused on growing things, building things, making money, beautifying ourselves and our investments. We wanted our investments to grow. And you'll notice that this energy shift is going to be really dramatic. So now you'll have a desire to develop your intelligence, your ability to reason, your urge to connect with other people. Your friendships, your network might want to expand, your website, your anything electronically in your life or any social media. And this is going to be a time of information overload in your life. So try sometimes to step away from it. Now, negative Gemini in Jupiter traits can be that we start all these new things, but we can't finish them, or we don't have the energy or the drive to complete our projects. And we can be fickle and indecisive, almost feeling lost, like there's too many options. I don't know what to do. You can also be a victim of really bad gossip or people saying mean, nasty things about you. That's the negative side of Gemini. And you'll see that on TV and in the news, that people are mean to each other. You know, they backstab and say terrible things about each other. They're two-faced. That's the dark side of Gemini. And words are weapons. Words are knives. Words are literally weapons. They're so mean. There's so many mean people out there. It's crazy. But I think with Jupiter and Gemini, you can take all of the puzzle pieces and put them together to create something absolutely extraordinary. And you just need other planets in your chart to create the determination to finish Gemini's little projects. And you need to make a real commitment to your projects. You could get bombarded with 1,000 different opportunities right now, but getting decisive and learning to say no, it can be quite painful because you have to learn how to let go of some opportunities in order to do the opportunities that are actually worthy of you. And so being able to figure out which opportunity is worth it and which opportunity do I want to kill off is a really important piece to navigating and managing this Jupiter in Gemini, because you're going to get a lot of different opportunities. So you have to have the ability to discern which opportunities are the very, very best for you and invest in the few that can really pay out for you. By the way, our currency has switched or will switch on the 25th, where before we were probably chasing how to build, how to grow, cold, hard cash, which is Jupiter and Taurus, because Jupiter and Taurus wanted to bring us and had us focus on and had its payout be in security and cash and money, stability. And now our currency is about making meaning out of our friendships and our connections. And it's about our network and our community. It's about our minds. Does this conversation make my mind feel better? Hold on. No. Give that to me. He's being so naughty. Okay, does this conversation make my mind feel better? And it's about mental health too, taking care of your mind. It's really important. So hold on. Okay, so what I wanted to ask you is, when you're talking to someone, is the conversation you're having adding value to your life, or is it just filled with stupidity and toxicity? So I just got rid of a very important person in my life because, and I feel bad saying it, but they don't watch this anyways, but they're so jealous. They lead with jealousy. They lead with toxicity, not just for me, but for everybody. And they lead with a sort of suppressed rage. And it has broken my heart for all my life. But it really, now it's effing with my mind. And I can't even move through a day because I have all their stuff, right on me as if I did something wrong. No, I just breathe the same air as you. So this is also a time when you're supposed to walk away from those toxic relationships that truly are mentally and emotionally disturbing for you, because it's all about the power of the mind, and the currency is the mind. Is your mind. Now, I'm not saying just get rid of people because, sometimes we're a little too sensitive. No, I've tried for decades with this person, decades. If you put in decades of time, okay, you're allowed to walk away. Yeah, Shane gets it. But I'm not just saying, oh, somebody was mean to me at work. This is bad for my mental health. I have to go. No, you have to suck it up and try and be your best self and be your best self over and over and over and see what you get. And then you opt out. Try 3 times. And then if it's really truly bad for you, it will show up 3 times. Hi, everybody. I love you. Okay, so what I want to tell you is something else that's really interesting. In Taurus, while we were trying to build and grow something, what's interesting, and our goals were kind of more security oriented, money. Now the goal is communication, a healthy mind, and knowledge, which is funny because you can still grow money that way, right? You can still chase the dollars. But I'm just saying it's not a direct goal. Money isn't a direct goal. Expanding our network, the currency now is a connection. New ideas. Expanding your life through learning something new is really Jupiter and Gemini, if I had to boil it down to one little boiled potato for you. So what's really cool about it, though, is what you have built in Jupiter when Jupiter was in Taurus. Are you ready? What you built when Jupiter was in Taurus can now expand, and it can now be blasted out to the world. So this is a time to expand and take your thing and reach other people. So whatever you grew, maybe you grew self-esteem. Well, now it's time to expand that self-esteem and take risks with people. Do you get that? I'm so glad you guys are all here. So let's go through the houses really quickly because I want to be able to talk to you. But does everybody know which house in their chart Jupiter and Gemini is going to be transiting through? Oh, I love y'all. You guys are all so sweet. Thank you for your support and love. I really, really appreciate it because it's hard to do. My phone's blowing up. My daughter's at urgent care right now. Yeah, happy Mother's Day. I know. But it's not that big of a deal. We don't have a primary care doctor. Can you believe that? I can't even find one. I've been looking for 10 years. She is a pediatrician, but it's Mother's Day and they're not working. So she had to go to urgent care because she has pink eye. And I don't even know I looked on the internet. You just do saline and you keep yourself clean. There's no way do you take an antibiotic? I don't know how to cure it. Any nurses or doctors on here? How do you cure pink eye? It's awful, terrible. She's got to get rid of it in 4 days. Let's talk about this. In the first house, let's go through the houses really quickly. So you guys got it. 12th and 1st. Awesome. Yes. And Stephanie the Master, that's awesome that you say that because it can start off in one house and go into another, right? Antibiotic. Okay, good. I hope they'll give her one. 7th and 8th house. So Tanya Faust, you're going to listen to both the 7th and 8th house. And my Venus is in Gemini in the 7th house, says Queen Ashley. And thank you all, super supporters and superstar super supporters. I see you on here, and I'm so grateful. And if you guys would become a member, it's only $2.99 a month, and you get all my behind-the-scenes videos. I will be doing more, I promise, and I'll be doing more Zoom parties. We're going to have a Zoom party. I'm going to do another masterclass for all of my members, and the superstar super supporters get to come to that for free. But I have to get through my workshop in Seattle, which is this week. I'm so excited first. And then I will be back. RN here in the house. They'll give her an antibiotic eye cream. Use Johnson's baby soap, yellow, to clean eyes with a warm compress a few times a day. Clean pillowcases. Don't cross-contaminate. I need to cut and paste that. How do I cut and paste that chat? Johnson's baby soap, yellow one. I have to remember that. Okay, sorry, everybody's in my healthcare. Everybody's in my 6th house right now. If you have Jupiter going through the 1st house, it's all about expanding yourself. Be careful, you can gain a lot of weight with this placement, but your energy, your power, and your opportunities, your popularity are going to, present themselves in a way that can be enormously powerful. This is a very powerful placement. You will be seen, you will be known, and this is an extraordinarily busy time for yourself. This is a time when you can physically take on the world. I'm going to go through these fast, so this isn't going to be a deep dive. I'm going to do a deep dive of Jupiter and Gemini on another video, but in this live, I just want to give you guys a little bit, and so I can get to your questions. And in the second house, your money can grow, your investments can grow, your property can grow, your self-esteem can grow, your confidence can grow. Hang on. What? No. What is that? Oh my God. Bo just ate the lid off to the carpet cleaner that I used to clean up his pee-pee. Yeah, this morning on my brand new carpets. Okay. So in the second house, we got to look at the moon today and what the hell is going on, because I just wanted to be a Pisces floating on a cloud, and it's not happening. Yes, listen for your progressed chart too. Oh my God, great question. Diana, listen for your progressed placement of 0 degrees Gemini, and listen to your natal. So in the second house, your money can grow. Really focus on your self-esteem. You need the self-esteem to match the money. You can't be an insecure little thing, right? And make gobs of money. So this is a money placement, and it's a resource placement. So everything about your resources can expand. In the third house, Jupiter in Gemini this is a really interesting place, but you can expand your learning, and your social arena wants to grow. You can become rewarded for your mind. Your book could get published. You could be discovered singing. You could be discovered using your voice. You could do your TED Talk. You could find yourself kind of preaching and teaching, if you will. So your mind is expanding, and you're learning probably new things, and you're also probably finding a very impactful and inspiring way to communicate. And in the fourth house, your emotional and soul experiences are being expanded and enriched. Your family could be enriched. Your home could be getting larger. But you're developing deep security when Jupiter is in the fourth. Now, listen to me. Jupiter oftentimes finds you. It's not something you have to create. It's not like, oh, I want to create this. It's like this generosity or this theme finds you. You just have to be awake for it to see it and receive it, right? Had I not answered one email out of 3,000 emails in my inbox, I would have never found the opportunity to do my television pilot. I had to read my emails. Sometimes I go check my junk and my other 3 folders where all these things go, and I found this email buried way down there, right? So you got to find your opportunities. But you don't have to do anything. It's like they want you. They want to come in and grab you, but you have to be awake to be grabbed, right? I hope you guys are understanding. Okay, so in the fourth house, your devotion to your family and your obligations can grow or expand at this time. Maybe you have to step into a role of a caretaker, or maybe you receive more support and more help. It usually comes in through abundance. In the fifth house, this is a very happy, optimistic, joyful place. This is creative expansion. And there's a desire to recreate or put your creative self out there to be shown to the world, to enjoy the limelight and take risks around your creativity, and to let your authentic self be known, to let your radiant self be seen finally. It's like you're out of hiding because it just left the fourth and it will be moving into the fifth. So it's like, wow, I'm being seen, I'm being recognized, I'm being discovered. And when Jupiter's in the fifth, it's really, really fun because you're kind of the star of the show. And it's also a really romantic position. So if you're already in a relationship, it's when your romance can expand. And if not, it's when a lot of lovers can find you. Now, you have to be discerning because there's a lot of opportunities, right? Be discerning enough. With Jupiter, the way you manage it is you learn to say no. If somebody could teach me that lesson back at me, learn to say no, because you want the good ones. You don't want to waste all, and you can be so wasteful with this placement in every house. So you don't want to waste your time on, everybody who's not worthy of you. You want to pick the one good one or the two good ones. So in the 6th house, there's going to be an expansion of all the glorious work for you to do. It's a shit ton of work. Everything needs to get done and will get done. I mean, you might be like, oh, let's make a nursery, let's make a guest room. Let's add an addition. Whatever your work is, it's going to really, really grow. But you might feel really good about your work. You know how it feels so damn good after you organize your Tupperware drawer or your kitchen? It's like, wow, it's just so fun to be in here. It feels good to get organized, to get routine, to get your health and fitness, to eat right, to exercise. Like, there's such a reward in that, right? To just be really, really diligent about my daily duties and get out of the house with great ease. I mean, that never happens. I'm usually tripping out of the house, barely in the car with 80 things. But this is also putting your vitality and your health and wellness out front and receiving good news. This is a time when you can also get an opportunity to become a mentor to someone else and to be a guide and really enhance your life in health and wellness, mind, body, and spirit. Yeah, exactly. Moloch logic. Maui logic says, yeah, and there's never any lids. Where do the lids go? They go to the same place the stupid socks go. In the 7th house, excuse me, I'm getting over my cold. In the 7th house, you're going to have an opportunity to create new relationships and new partnerships that can really grow and have generosity and abundance and expand the way that you think about relationships. And you can find sort of an optimistic enthusiasm for your partners. And you could add business partners to your life, or you could have people in your life that help you beautify your life, help you manage your life. And this is also a love placement. And this could be a partner that you travel with, but you and your partner could really experience the benefits of life with this. There's a lot of love that comes with Jupiter in the 7th. And a lot of times I find that you will attract lots of opportunities again. And so you want to say no, learn to say no to the ones that, don't really fit your idea. Don't be gullible. Jupiter can be gullible sometimes. Jupiter in the 7th doesn't like to hurt people's feelings. And so you really got to do the no on that one. Like, no, thank you. One of the things I taught my daughter, who's 17 and a half, she'll be 18 in July. And I taught her, here are 10 ways to say no without really saying no, because it's hard. She's a Cancer, so it's hard to hurt feelings. So here's how you say no without having to be mean, rude, or nasty or hurt someone's feelings. So how to say no without ever saying the word no. So not right now, not tonight. Oh, I'm okay, but thank you so much for thinking about me, right? How to say no without saying no. That's the 7th house, Jupiter and Gemini job. Are you guys with me? I love all that you're saying. We'll get to you. Jupiter in the 8th. You can really, really expand your deep emotional understanding about life, that and the hidden meaning of your life and other lives. And it's almost like you can barely watch a movie because the director wants you to see the movie on the surface like this. And now with Jupiter in Gemini in the 8th, you understand all the subtext. And so they want you to watch the film up here. And they want to trick you and they want to, have you follow their storyline. But with Jupiter in the 8th, you can read the subtext storyline to all people, including yourself, including life. You can see with X-ray vision underneath the surface. And it's really effing hard to live like that. It's really painful when you can read the motives and see what's inside of people. And you can see it even when they're not showing it. And it is painful. So it's sort of like the ability to expose the roots underground, like everything that you don't see. They want you just to see the flower on top in the pot, but you can actually see everything that's taking place, the worms and all under the ground. And so this is going to be a lot of secret revelations, and your mind is you're going to frickin' blow your mind with this placement, Jupiter in the 8th. You're literally going to blow your mind way open, because you're not only going to understand the philosophical questions of life, you're going to get the meaning and the answers to the psychological questions in life. Like, why are you doing that? Why are you motivated that way? I understand your truth, and that's a big deal, but the why. So this is very, very, very deep. And this is a time to explore the hidden meaning of your own life and transform when you get that new meaning. You can do really deep research and investigative work. You can really discover new talents around the occult, astrology, tarot, crystals. You can discover magic. This is the house of magic. So there's also incredible business investments here. People might want to generously invest in you, like me, little old me. You want to invest in me? Yeah, that can be this placement. Jupiter in the 9th absolutely loves this house, because why? Why does it love this house? You guys already know, because it is its own house. It loves being here. So this is joyful and buoyant and abundant and generous. And this is the house that it rules. This is its own sandbox to play in. I love reading your comments. Okay. With this placement, not only can you really discover your mind, you can search for the Holy Grail and find it. And I'm not joking. This is Indiana Jones meets Dalai Lama in search for the Holy Grail and finding the truth. This is not like reading a mantra. This is living out your mantra. So you could travel on adventures you never dreamed of. You can really expand your aspirations and your dreams for the future. This is where literally good luck is like sprinkled down on you. And this is supposed to be a joyful year for you. Now, it might be too big, too massive, too enormous, because this is the biggest house in the entire chart other than the 12th house. And so this is a lot of land to cover. But it can be deeply and exceptionally rewarding, because you can come to understand the truth of why you exist. What is your purpose, right? And so this is a happiness house, and you better have a trip planned with this house. Jupiter in the 10th. Trust me on this one when I say this. It can bring you in, I just went through this one. It can bring you incredible opportunities, and opportunities to grow your legacy, opportunities to increase your status, your authority, your legacy, your meaning, value, and purpose in the world. It's a time when you can really get into your self-mastery. And I don't care if you're 3 years old. If you have Jupiter in the 10th, you're going to master something. You might, if you have a little person in your life and they have Jupiter in the 10th, they're showing you what they're good at. They're showing you what their calling is. I mean, maybe they're riding a bike and they're just amazing at riding a bike. Cultivate that. Cultivate what they're good at. When you have Jupiter in the 10th, your gifts are being shown to you, and they're being shown to the world, and they're being received, and they're being appreciated. So Jupiter in the 10th is no small thing. It is big, 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 big. Do not miss it. Like, you guys have to tell me who has Jupiter in the 10th, because it's a big deal. But, and this is a time when you can become renowned for what you do, even famous. This is a time when you could, like, if you're, I don't know, trying to break into music, this is the time when you could cut the album and become Taylor. The 11th house. This is also an extremely happy place, and there's a lot of optimism that can find you, but you might find yourself with an overflowing agenda of plans and just there's a lot of gold to mine in this house. And there's a desire for extra freedom. You need a lot of freedom. You need to not be pinned down. And if you have a partner, your partner really needs to understand that you're trying to expand your wings. This is a time when the masses can interact with you, because I see this house as the internet. I see the third house as your website or your social media and like the posts that you make. And then I see the 11th house as the post that you made in the third house. I see the 11th house as it reaching people. So I just put a little announcement up, and that's great. That's third house. I did my job. But you receiving it is the 11th house. Do you guys understand? Yeah, okay, you guys are great. You guys are getting it. So the 11th house is also you will deepen your heart with this placement because you're going to connect into more friendships. And there is, let's see what else. I took some notes here. Oh, also with Jupiter in the 11th, I promise you, your life is changing. Why? This is the house of radical change. I know it's a fixed house, but it's a time when change comes in, when you discover, new lands and new opportunities. Now, let's talk about the 12th house. This is a good placement for Jupiter because this is the traditional house. This is Pisces house. And Pisces, Jupiter is the traditional ruler of Pisces. So there's usually a deepening of the heart with this house, like spiritually with this placement. And you can really connect more deeply into other people and into yourself. There is a deep spiritual connection. And you guys look at where you have Jupiter natally and see if you can relate to this, because wherever you have this Jupiter natally in whatever house, this theme will play out for your whole life long and your progressions too. But you might need more alone time, but there's a profound, profound inner desire to love all things. So if Jupiter is going through your 12th house, watch how you love differently this year. Watch how now you love, I don't know, insects, and you never cared about them before. Or you care about, I don't know, the air that you breathe, and you love the air that you breathe. You love the fresh air, and you never even thought of fresh air. Think about the animals. Think about the plants. Think about the trees in your backyard. Like, wow, I never even noticed this tree, and this tree's been so good to me. When I was in Arizona for a week, I was like, God, trees are your best friends there, and they're hard to find. We went on a 5-mile walk every day. It was all sunny, sunny, sunny. And some of the yards had trees where the leaves would grow out over the sidewalk, and we would have to stand there. And it would take about a mile to find somebody who had a big enough tree that grew to create shade. And this is at 9 o'clock in the morning. It was so hot. Anyways, the trees are truly your best friends. And this 12th house experience can be like the discovery of that. I grew up in Arizona. I didn't even think of trees because there were no trees. There were cactuses and palm trees that gave no shade. I didn't think of trees, right? But with Jupiter in the 12th, you think of the things like that. I almost don't even know how to talk about it or say it. What is a sentence? If somebody could help me with my words here, Jupiter and Gemini with me, like appreciating these love buckets in the world that have been around you your whole life, but you were obtuse to finding them or seeing them. And so there's an expansion of love and appreciation. And there's also a possibility of discovering or awakening to spirituality and divine connection. This is a time when guardian angels and angels can receive you and find you, and can communicate with you. I want you guys to ask me some questions because we're going to go into the question period. Hold on. Yeah, I want you to ask me some questions. Okay, well, I'll tell you guys some things while your questions are coming up. But the first thing that I want to say is that I am like over the moon excited because this week I'm teaching in Seattle at Pike's Place Market down on the waterfront to 55 people. And I'm teaching about Chiron and the material. I've been creating the material. I've been writing it for 3 months. Is just so deep and so rich. And I'm going to videotape the whole conference and I'll sell it in my shop as individual workshops. And they're going to be 8-hour workshops. So if you want a deep dive on any of these subjects, and then I'll sell it also as a bundle. But the other thing I'm teaching is how to find your own sexuality and your intimacy inside your natal chart. So your relationship to your own sexuality and your intimacy, and the sexuality and the intimacy markers in your chart and how they work. And so that's going to be on day 2. And then I'm also teaching, did you guys know that every single degree in the Zodiac, every degree, and there's 360 of them, means something. And so I'm going to be teaching you the meaning of every single degree. And so if you're a 15-degree Leo, that means something. You know, a 15-degree Leo is very different than a 2-degree Leo. So we're going to talk about every single degree. I cannot wait. So those are the 3 classes. But I have to tell you, if you wanted to come and study with me but couldn't, in October, I am going to teach again in Barcelona. And it is so safe and it is so wonderful and it is so beautiful and we have so much fun and it is transformative. I'm going to tell you when it is. It's really, really transformative. And hold on. And I'm going to sell the tickets. The tickets are going to go on sale. The tickets are going to go on sale on June 1st. And there's only 35 people can come. So 35 people. It's going to be October 10th, 11th, 12th, and 13th for 4 days. And I'm going to teach, okay, you ready for this? I'm going to teach the secrets of your moon. I love the moon so much, and I'm going to teach you about the moon in ways that we haven't looked at it before. And the moon is profoundly powerful in your chart. And I do, like, without the moon, you cannot live a fulfilled life. So I'm going to teach about the moon, and then, are you ready for this? You're not even ready. You are going to learn how to see death in the chart. Now, I'm not going to predict death, but I am going to show you the death markers. And that's really deep. This conference comes with a warning label. Or this workshop, I should say. It's a workshop and a retreat, not a conference, because it's really interactive. And we hang out together. We drink wine together. We have fun together. In Barcelona, we'll go to the flamenco show. In Seattle, we're going to go to the cabaret. Like bring your open mind. And then the last thing I'm going to teach about is Jupiter. And I'm going to go way, way, way deep into Jupiter and the blessings and the abundance and the hard things about Jupiter. So if you guys want to come to that, look in my shop on June 1st for tickets. They'll be on sale to the public on June 1st. And I think it's going to sell out pretty quickly. This Seattle workshop sold out pretty fast. And I can have twice as many people here as I can there. So it's very intimate work and it's very, very deep work. If I have to sell my body, I'm going to Barcelona. It's so cute. Okay, I want to go to Barcelona. You guys, I know 35 people. So they'll be on sale on June 1st. And if it goes really well and I sell it out, I might do a 3rd workshop. And I was thinking where I could have it. One of the ideas I had, I'd love your thoughts about this. And I don't know if I can do this, but I was thinking it would have to be a little bit more expensive. But I was thinking of having it at my house for 10 people, where we really just look at charts and we work on everybody's chart. And then you will even present someone's chart. So it would be more of a workshop study, working on your charts in a really deep and profound way for like 2 or 3 days. but like at my house, at my dining room table. And I could have like 10 people. Let me see what you guys are saying. Okay, somebody asked, how could this affect Jocelyn? And she is a queen. That means she has been a supporter for more than a year. So Jocelyn, thank you so much. And if all of you would join for just $2.99, it puts $1 a month into my pocket. And it just allows me to step away from my other duties and responsibilities. And because it pays me $1 and it adds up and it allows me to do this work. So please know, even if you feel like you're not getting anything, you are giving this opportunity to everybody. And you get all my behind the scenes videos, which I'll be making more of. So Jocelyn, so I just want to say thank you. And if you'll become a member, I am so grateful. How could this affect Chiron in the 8th house with the conjunction? I also have Chiron conjunct my natal Jupiter currently. Okay, so you've been living with Jupiter conjunct Chiron. And so, Jocelyn, are you having a Jupiter return? So Jupiter returns, we didn't talk about it, but let me just say it's it's every 12 years, and it is when Chiron is another story just for a minute, but you're born to be a healer, and you're born to work on your own wounds, and you're born to you're a very deep person, Jocelyn, and you're here to explore death, the meaning of life. Where does the soul live after we die? Who was I in a past life? Who am I preparing to be? Like the whole journey of life and death, and heal and become a real healer. And so you might be able to, with Jupiter and Gemini in the 8th, and it returning to your Jupiter conjunct Chiron. Did you guys all hear that? This is a massively healing time for you. And this is a time when you can really explore the depths of your soul and your intimacy. Shane says, I'm a queen too. Yes, you are. Does anybody else have another question? I'd love to buy the Chiron workshop after. Yeah. My fabulous editor will edit everything and then we'll put it up in the shop. But if you guys want some of my master classes, I have a ton in there. I have the whole last year's Barcelona workshop in there. And I'll tell you, I did Neptune and I also did predictive timing techniques. That was so good. If you want to know how to make predictions, buy that workshop. It's really deep. It's really good. Is there, oh, hi, Amanda. She's coming to Seattle. I can't wait to see you. She's also a queen. And thank you for being a supporter. I'm so grateful and I love you. Is there going to be a lot of nervous energy with Jupiter and Gemini? Abso-frickin-lutely. You guys are going to be so friggin' busy. Watch this. On the 25th of May, it's going to be like, it's just going to be high voltage. There is going to be so much news on the television. You're going to be bombarded with so much news, you're not going to be able to keep track of it. Also, you're going to see that everything is, oh my gosh, my daughter just went in to see the doctor. There's going to be so much news and so much, I don't know, wires. It's going to be like this. Blah. You're not going to be able to even pay attention to it. Oh, Missy Morales. Yay. She says, I have a black dress with silver sequins. The can, here we come. That's the cabaret. We're going to have so much fun. I'm wearing patent leather pants. Woo. Jupiter is going to be conjunct Sedna. Yes, it's true. And Pam Gregory talks a lot about Sedna. I don't study Sedna. And by the way, there's so many things to do in astrology. You know, I do what I do, and I have a hard time just keeping up with my own practice. And I wish I had time to sit back and even learn lots more. You guys are so cute. Okay, I could try to share my screen if you guys want. And does anybody want me to look at their chart? I don't know if you guys can see all this. Hold on. Let me just put somebody random up here. Can you guys see all this? Okay, let's see. Okay, let me do Cindy Rue. I see yes, please. Cindy, will you give me your name and your birthday, and I'll put it up here. And I only have 15 minutes. Oh my gosh, don't go too fast. Cindy Rue, May 29th, 1965. May 25th. What time? 9:32 p.m. Okay, and where? Los Gatos. She's on it. I love Los Gatos. I've been there. Okay, here she is. I'm going to let you guys look at this. Dun, dun, dun. May 25th, 1965, right? Did you guys see how fast she answered the questions before I asked them? That's Gemini. And it's so like that. I just want to tell you, wherever you have Gemini in your chart, it is going to speed up. You're going to know the answers to the questions people haven't even asked. Did you guys notice how fast she was? Okay, don't give me all your birthdays. I want to do everybody, but I have a Mother's Day celebration I have to go to because I have the best mama in the world and I only have a few minutes. So don't give me your birthdays yet. Don't give me your birthdays yet because I got to look at this chart. And then if I have, it's May 29th. That was me. Okay. Thank you for telling me. If I have time, I'll do another, but I don't know if I will. And you guys, I have to tell you something. I'm going to come back to her chart, but I have to tell you something really, really sweet and important. So, you know that I just did this television pilot, right? I have to tell you what it's about because I got permission from the producer. So, Cindy, hold on. I'm going to get to your chart, but I want to tell everybody while I have all these people here. So, I got invited to help create a television show, which is going to be on streaming services. So we're hoping for Amazon Prime, and I hope to have a watch party. And so this is probably going to take 2 months or 3 months to edit and produce, and it's in production right now. And so they flew me to Dallas, Texas, where this beautiful production company is, and you're not even going to believe what it is. Are you ready? It's so exciting. They asked me to do astrological profiling for serial killers. They gave me 160 different serial killers and they said, pick 3. So I did 3 serial killers and I did the astrological profiling. It took me months of research for them just to use sound bites. But the show is really good. I've seen the clips, it's not put together totally yet. And I don't know if I should say who my serial killers are. But I did the profiling. I mean, I could write a whole book about each one of these killers. Now, I didn't pick just serial killers. I picked really gruesome killers too. So will you guys come and watch with me when I launch it? Please, please, please. Because if I get 1,000 people to watch it, if I get 1,000 people to watch the shows, there's going to be 3 of them. They'll invite me to come and do more. And there's 160 of them for me to do. I'm just so excited. So I'm going to tell you my first 3. So the first one is Joran van der Sloot, who murdered Stephanie Flores and Natalie Holloway. My second one is Scott Peterson, who is trying to get an appeal on his case down in Modesto, California, who killed his 9-month baby in the womb of Lacey Peterson, his pregnant wife. And the third one is the notorious Casey Anthony, who killed her child, allegedly. She did not get found guilty, but the jury even said, we did think she did it, but we didn't have enough evidence. And she's out walking around Florida as a photographer. And so those are my first 3. So I hope you guys will come and watch. Okay, back to Cindy Rue. Did I get the time right? May 29th? You guys are so cute. Do we watch it in person? Yeah, what you'll do is you'll watch it at your house when it launches, and then we'll have a Zoom party and we'll all talk. Oh my God, paramedic Melissa. I went to school with Chad Daybell. Ugh. Wow. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are so sweet. Are they all Pisces? You know they're not, but they all have giant Pisces placements. And you want to know what's weird about, well, Casey Anthony's a Pisces. Wait till you see the charts. The charts are absolutely shell-shocking. Like shell-shocking. I did Jorn Vandersloot and Natalie Holloway's composite chart. Oh my God, I've never seen anything so awful. But they all have really huge Neptune, Pisces, 12th house, and two of them the deaths take place in water. And the third one, it's not water, but she killed her daughter with chloroform. So it is a liquid that she killed her daughter with, and she is a Pisces. That's Casey Anthony. And so all three of these had this water element to it, and I was just shocked. Aw, thank you, Tanya. She said, hi from India. I'm new to this channel. I saw your All Things Scorpio today. It blew my mind and made me cry. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Mercury, Pluto, Uranus here. Oh my God. Tanya, you have to go buy my Scorpio masterclass. I'm not joking. It's in my shop. You guys, if you want to buy my classes, you can just go to shopsoulnavigation.com. And I have a Scorpio masterclass there. So let's talk about Cindy. She is going to have, so right now, what's interesting, Cindy, this is your chart. You have Jupiter at the last degree on your moon. And so you have a kind of a tough moon because it's at the 29th degree. I hope you guys all saw my video called The Power of the Degrees, 0, 15, and 29. And so we really need to make sure your time is right. I kind of trust it because it says 9:32. But let's go look at this because you have Jupiter on your moon. So that's an expansive heart. Please don't crash. Thank you. That was my gorgeous natal chart. This is not my gorgeous natal chart because I'm not on that computer. The lovely women in my shop will build the gorgeous natal chart for you, and it will look like that screen. It won't look like this. But look at how you have Jupiter at 26 degrees right there on your moon and Mercury. So your mind is expanding and your heart is expanding. So what I want to tell you, Cindy, are you still here and are you listening? Yes, you are. This is a really, really incredible time for you because you have a mind expansion and a heart expansion happening at the same exact time. And this is a time when you can learn new things emotionally and mentally and soak up this last bit of this transit until May 25th. Soak it up, soak it up, soak it up. And then it's not going to reach your sun direct, but it's starting to toy with it and it's starting to play with it. And so what you're going to see when it gets to this 4 degrees, let's see when it gets to this 4 degrees. Can you guys all see this chart? There it is. It's in 1 month. On June 12th, the reason why I say this, and I'm doing a little bit of an advanced reading, so I apologize for all the beginners, but hopefully you can rewatch this and understand what I'm saying, is that this 4 degrees, okay, this 4 degrees, can you see my cursor? Oh my gosh, you cannot even see my cursor. Oh, can you guys not see my cursor? Oh gosh, I don't think you can. So I don't know how to make my cursor light up, but do you guys see the 4 degrees Gemini in the outside wheel? It's sitting right on the cusp of her 6th house at 4 degrees. Do you guys see it? Yes. Okay. You guys see what I'm talking about, but you can't see my cursor. So there's no need for me to even point to it. That's a bummer. How do I get my cursor to show up? Somebody's got to help me. So in the 6th house, so count around to the 6th house. And then that day, Cindy, at least you'll hopefully understand me. That day on June 12th, Jupiter touches the cusp, the door. It's knocking on the door to your whole sixth house. That day is going to be massively sixth house energy. You're going to move out of the fifth and into the sixth. So it's time to really work. It's time to get a new routine. It's time to really get organized. You're probably going to get hundreds and hundreds of opportunities on how you can serve other people. And I want to say, you already do that. You already have that stellium in the sixth house. And so I really want to tell you on that day to slow it way down. Make a commitment and make a promise to yourself while you have that glorious Jupiter sitting on your mind and your moon to stay slow, to slow it down. You're going to be way more effective if you do less. And I think your life is about to get really, really electric and really, really busy. I also want to tell you when Gemini is in Jupiter, and I'm going to do a longer video on what it really means, but AI is coming into the picture. Self-driving cars are coming into the picture. Robotics are coming into the picture. There's going to be like no checkout line with a human being. You're going to check out with the little machine. And so that's kind of like your life too, advancing it in some way, getting into your gifts and your talents, your trade, your craft, your work, and really expanding it and putting it out there in the world so your gifts can serve other people and yourself. And make you a like a true practitioner. This is a time for you to really receive work opportunities that can literally change how you spend your whole entire day. Like your day could really experience expansiveness and learning new things, becoming a teacher. Okay, so I hope that helps. Okay, so somebody else give me their birthday. I'll do one more, and I got 3 minutes, so this one's got to go kind of fast because my mom is going to be knocking on my door. Good news. The doctor just said she doesn't have pink eye. Woo! I don't know what it is. It's just inflammation. She says, my boss told me I can take the day off today, so I'm going to celebrate with you, Mom. And I hope so much that we have an extra special day today. Oh, finally, my Pisces, I'm floating in like a cloud. Okay, let me see. Okay, I'm going to do Cynthia. Okay, in San Paulo. Hold on. Ah! Oh my gosh, please don't send me money. And I say that because I can't get to everybody. And then I feel bad taking your money. Yeah, it might be allergies. Exactly. Hold on. Who did I just say I was going to do? Cynthia. I got to write it down. 9/17 because she's a member. Hold on. Where did she go? Oh, here she is. 9/17/85 at 45 a.m. in Sao Paulo. I just feel guilty taking money. Unless you're just saying thank you and you want to buy me a glass of wine, I will happily take your super chats and your super thanks. But I don't want to take your money as an obligation to read your chart because, and I say that lovingly, but I feel guilty then that I can't get to you. And then what happens is people get mad at me. And I don't want anybody mad. And I do try my very best. I just want you to know I do. So she was born at, what would that be? At not even 1 a.m. Like that. It was not entered. So she was born at 12. Wouldn't that be 12:45 a.m.? Because it's not quite 1. I have no idea which one it is. Oh my God. Look at all my choices. Please don't send me money. No, unless you want to join and be a member. That's what I want. For $2.99, that's all I want. That's all I ask for, because it really, really helps. Here it is. And it benefits the entire community because it allows me to step out of my practice a little bit and do readings and do work for everybody. Yeah, that was some other currency. If you join and become a member, it's $2.99 and I get $1 a month. So it's just so nice. Definitely don't send me $200. Okay. So look at this. She has Jupiter, and it's going to be transiting. Uh-oh. I hope I don't lose you. Aw. Living nowhere. Thank you so much. You're so sweet. Thank you for joining. And that's the person who gave me the $200 and the other currency. I'm so grateful. And then they went and joined. It's so stinking sweet. Aw, that touches my heart. I have to look over here because I'm on two screens. But it really melts my heart. Thank you. Okay, so see what's happening here is she has this Jupiter right here at 26 degrees, but it's about to hit her 12th house. Now, here's what's interesting, and this is Cynthia, right? You're about to have a spiritual awakening, and you have probably been really, really busy. And what's really cool is when Jupiter hit your North Node in the 11th house, it found your highest self. So you've been preparing for this spiritual awakening. And, you know, I just want to tell you that this is going to be a time when you can actually probably find God, find the truth of what is God, what is divine love, what is unconditional love. You'll either turn into a guardian angel for the world, or you will meet your guardian angels. And this is really, really, really deep. This is psychic. This is sensitive. This is a time when while the rest of the world is getting busy, you're going to get busy in a spiritual sense. And you're going to have the ability to download spiritual messages. It's almost like your portal to your crown chakra opens and you can receive messages. It's also a time when you can really heal. Is Cynthia here? I think, yeah. And thank you guys for joining. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful. But I want to tell you something. Soak in these last minutes of this Jupiter-Uranus. There's a real humanitarian in you. And this is a time when the last year, you've been like wanting to give yourself in some way to creating change, making changes. And now you're going to go in and you're going to have an inward focus, and you're going to really start to ask yourself, is this good for me and my well-being? There is a spiritual attunement. I got full body chills. I'm not joking. I have full body chills with this. This placement is so deep and so profound that it's hard for me to put the English words to the impact, to the enormous impact that this placement has. You truly might have something like the ability to astro travel and meet your spirit guides, go on vision quest. You could do psychedelics right now. We'll wait till it gets to the 12th house and literally find the whole entire meaning of life and come back from your, ayahuasca trip or whatever. And you might not even need any of that, but you come back and you're a totally different person. And now you can't even relate to the material world because everything is in spiritual context right now. Does this make sense with where you're at? Yes, thank you so much. Wow. She says, Sputnik says, Cynthia going on an astro trip. Yeah, she is. And you're probably feeling it right now. When is my next live? Okay, so I hope you like that little thing. And my mom is going to knock on my door. Oh, she just wrote, we're on our way. Time for an acid trip. And it might not have to be acid. You know, it could just be a trip without anything. Like you might not even need a substance. But while it's in the 12th house, do soul search, go deep, read Dr. Michael Newton's work, where he discovered life in between lifetimes. Do you guys have any other questions? When's my next live? I have it listed. If you go and look at, you go to my channel and you go click live, it will show you all my lives. Now, sometimes I can't do it exactly when I said I could, like this one. And, but all my lives are listed. So those are my good intentions. I'm so sorry. Aw, thank you for the $10. Aisha Hassan. Aw, and look, she has her wings. That means she's been with me for like 2 years as a supporter. Thank you. Is CA Canadian? I don't know if it's Canadian. I think it is. Hold on. Aw, there he is, the water bearer unicorn, member for 24 months. I love seeing my unicorns. That's 2 years. And then Aisha is more than 2 years. So you get your angel wings when you're more than 2 years. Black Goddess, you can rewatch it. There's a lot of stuff in here. I think in the new career video, you forgot to talk about Jupiter and aspect to the ascendant. I probably did, but think about what I said in this video about Jupiter traveling through the first house. It's a time when you can be so bold and take new risks and really throw yourself into life. Yeah. And I'll go deep into Jupiter. I'm going to do a whole Jupiter video, but thank you for telling me that. And who was that? Because I know you are so good to me. You're like my little Virgo person. I know you're not Virgo, but who said that to me? Because she always is helping me on the back end. Anyways, I love you guys. I got to go. I don't want to leave you. Happy Mother's Day. I love reading your comments. I just love you guys. I adore you. Yes, I can. Oh gosh, Aliyah, I cannot wait to see you all in Seattle on Thursday. If you're coming to the meet and greet to drink a little wine with me and say hi, I really am real. I really look like this. This is my personality in real life. I can't begin to tell you how many people who met me and they were like, "Oh my God, you're exactly the way you are on YouTube. Like you are exact. I can't believe this." It's so funny. Oh, yeah. Zane, yes, it was me. Yes, you always help me. Thank you. I need a lot of Virgo friends. If you've got 6th house placements or a lot of Virgo in your chart, will you be my friend? Will you be my friend? Inspired by Anna. I cannot wait to give you a big hug. Seattle's going to be amazing. And we're totally sold out. So if you guys want to come to Barcelona, the tickets are going to be on sale on June 1st. And if Barcelona is just too much, that's okay. 35 other people will come. Don't worry. But you could think about coming to gorgeous Seattle. By the way, it is so sunshiny and gorgeous here. It's like perfect weather. The air is so fresh. Think of Christmas trees and snow-capped mountains with water. It's just glorious here. It's absolutely beautiful. Alia, Virgo sun, I'll be your friend. I'm accepting Virgo friends. I'll have fun with all the others too, but my Virgos will not let me fall off the edge of the cliff. They are so good to me. Oh, you guys are sweet. Thank you for everything. I'll see you guys on Thursday for whoever's coming. Okay, or Friday morning. Yes, everybody can contact me, teamsoulnavigation@gmail.com. You can shop in my store at shopsoulnavigation.com, and you can find every single thing about me at soulnavigation.com. And you can follow me on Instagram at soul_navigation. Careful, there's a lot of frauds out there. And you can DM me there. And I'm also on Facebook, and I'm on TikTok. I'm everywhere. Soulnavigation.com. You can find me. Bye, you guys. Love you. Bye. Bye.